two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Pulls it in at the 13. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10. Their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Fields.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he stopped immediately there.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
That's to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off, what a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
They'll give up the middle.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Second down, it's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Fields. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 10 yards out. And the Eagles respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found...
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Fields now to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Running left is Walker. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
They run again with Walker. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now it's Fields.
Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey,
he's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 24,
Fields.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And Walker has it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Here's Walker.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's Fields.
And his pass incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Fields.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll drop to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He's stopped at the Eagles' 43-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Another run now for Nwangu. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now. 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. Up the middle, Nwangu. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Handoff here to Nwangu. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. On the give is Nwangu. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Nwangu. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Going up top. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner puts it on. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for them.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt them.
They'll run with Nwangu. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
The slot man in motion right.
Play action. It's Fields.
He's going deep for Brown.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Kenneth Walker.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Nwangu.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Back to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
On play action, Fields.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Ready?
First play's a run with Nwangu.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
12 yards there, first down Vikings. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Montez Sweat charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. Brings up third down.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Off play action. Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man. He's got Jefferson across the formation. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Nwangu. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. On the run is Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3, fourth quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 4th down, Fields has to have this one. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
Okay, break.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Come on. Hey.
In motion left comes Moss. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
All eyes on Fields. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They snap it to Fields. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it on. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So 2 down, 1 to go, and this number 2 seed definitely looking to part, and now they sit 1 win away from a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, and I know originally they were disappointed not to get the number 1 seed and the bye through to the divisional round. But you know what they're saying right now? Let's just keep rolling. We're in a great spot.
And they're moving on to the